This is the Jeff Kai's Auto Sports Desk.
Big Red faces off in a pair of big games. The Bears and Black Knights take some preseason swings, and baseball is back with big expectations in the Big Apple. Welcome to the Sports Desk. We start up on the ice and at the NCAA National Championships. Cornell trying to play the role of spoiler this evening and take down one of the top teams in the tourney. Big Red headed to Ohio for the first round of the NCAAs in a matchup with top-seeded Michigan State. Cornell coming into this one red hot, winners of 6 in a row and an ACAC championship less than a week ago. First period, Big Red down a goal. Ryan Walsh says no longer. He gets the equalizer here, and we are tied at 1 in the first period. Now, 2-1 State in the second period. Cornell keeps it in the zone. Hoyt Stanley finds Charlie Major. He's open in the slot, and Major ties it up at 2. He finds the twine. Third period, Big Red down a goal again. Ben Robertson puts it on net. Big rebound for Walsh. We are tied at 3 in the third, and now 10 seconds in the game. Big Red on the power play. It's Major again playing the two-man game with Sullivan Mack. Cardiac, Cornell's heart will beat for another game. Big Red pulls the upset over the number 2 team in the country. Cornell on to the next round to face Boston University on Saturday. Big Red men's lacrosse team woke up this week as the best team in the country. Cornell were winners last weekend over Yale, and thanks to some help from the 3 teams that were above them in the rankings, Cornell jumped all the way from 4 to the top team in the land. Big Red will look to maintain their number 1 rank as they play host to a pair of games this week, one in the Ivy League and one out of conference. Head coach Connor Busick says the number in front of the team's name doesn't mean anything yet, though, if they can't take care of business against Penn and Albany in their next 2 matchups.
The reality is that the mentality is the same. 1-0 mentality. We got to go 1-0 this week, and that's the only thing we care about. And, last week's losses or the results up to this point aren't going to help us win on Saturday, and they're not going to, do anything past that. So we're trying to stay squarely focused in the moment and win the week.
In the win over Yale last Saturday, senior C.J. Kerr's efforts good enough to win him the Ivy League Player of the Week once again. It is the 4th time in 5 weeks that the Cornell attacker has earned the honors. Kerr netted 9 goals against the Bulldogs and had 10 points in the game altogether. Moving to the high school fields now, Section 4 girls lacrosse getting going this season. Some teams still in preseason mode for another night. Warriors and Riverhawks, though, taking the turf on Thursday for face-offs for the first time this season. Valley under the lights at Owego starting this one off. And Victoria Hoffman takes a shot, but Shannon Maslin's there for the big save for the Riverhawks. And it's the same thing on the other end. Lexi Herzig with the shot. But Courtney McCabe with the block, and we are scoreless. Madison McAvoy now pushing through 2 Warrior defenders. She goes down low. She gets the back of the net, and that's the first goal of the night. A couple of minutes later, it's Herzig again with a wraparound shot. That's good, and it's a 3-0 lead for Owego. Winding down in the first quarter now, another free position here. She makes it 4. Riverhawks roll in this one. They take it 14 to the final. And despite the snowstorm this week making us think otherwise, spring has sprung. And spring sports are in full swing across Section 4. 2 perennial championship favorites are looking to rebuild and reload after some graduations of key pieces of their team. Vestal and Windsor met up at the 434 Sports Complex for a little work against one another before hitting the field for real next week. Golden Bears head coach Vicki Sachs says this year's team will look very different than last year's. Vestal graduated 5 seniors, that including last season's number 1 pitcher in the circle.
We graduated 5 starters and a very dominant pitcher. So we are rebuilding, and we've got a heart of gold here with this group. 3 seniors. Kids are working really hard. They're trying to learn the game at a higher level, and we're very excited about, the energy that they're bringing.
Also getting in some preseason action were the Windsor Black Knights. The Class B squad also looking to fill the loss in the circle of their star pitcher, that Danica Ball. Windsor's skipper Mike Karatnik says these scrimmages will help his team get ready for the speed that is the regular season.
The biggest thing is seeing that live pitching, not seeing our girls throw, the different speeds that the girls throw that sometimes we can't simulate at practice and everything. So the Windsor softball, we can look for playing hard, and we're going to give it our all every time.
Both the Bears and Black Knights seasons getting started on Tuesday, April 1st. Vestal will play at home against the Corning Painted Post. Windsor will hit the road and take on Seton Catholic. And it is one of the best days of the sporting year. Yes, baseball is back, and there are big expectations in the Big Apple this season. Yankees start the year in the Bronx, and the Mets are in H-Town for Game 1 of 162. Juan Soto making his amazing debut on Thursday, and it wouldn't take long for him to make a good first impression either. Soto with a single in his first at-bat as a Met. New York would strand 2, though, in the top of the first. 8th inning, Mets down 3, bases are jacked, and Brandon Nimmo jacks one, but is right at the center fielder. Mets unable to put one on the board. Last chance for New York, Mets down 2. Soto up with 2 on, 2 out. In the 9th inning, full count slider. Josh Hader gets Soto swinging, and I picked up a save on my fantasy team, but Mets lose opening day for the second straight year. First time that's ever happened since '99 and the 2000 seasons. And move to the Bronx. Yankees opening the year, and Austin Wells opening it with a bomb. Wells, the leadoff home run. Just on the 3rd pitch of the season, Yanks up 1 after just 1 batter. 2nd inning now, Anthony Volpe up. He sends this one to right, and it's too high. Too high. No, it's too hard. That's a solo shot for the shortstop. Yanks up a pair after a pair of innings. And then 9th inning, Devin Williams facing his old mates and in a bit of a jam with the bases loaded. This sac fly scores a run, cuts the lead to 2, but Williams gets out of it. Yanks get their first win of the year, 4-2. That's a wrap tonight for the Jeff Kai's Auto Sports Desk. We are back tomorrow to finish your week out on a Friday. But right now, I'm going to send it back to Autria to finish up here at 11.